Friends, family, fans, we're live, baby. Back 9 bets, episode 130. Every rose has its form, 'cause every dusk has its dawn. Welcome to the show, baby. Hope you grab a nice cold one, if you're allowed some. If not, seltzer water will do just fine. We're going to have ourselves a wonderful, and I say wonderful, and I mean wonderful, Players Championship show. The show is always brought to you by Bet105. We'll be diving into some matchups. We got some placements. We got some outrights. We got some matchups. We got some DFS. We got more matchups. We're going to have a freaking hoot. Got myself some Knob Creek. Bought this at an auction. Little low-key raffle, and I got it for $10 cheaper than you should be getting it in the store. So cheers to you. Cheers to good fortune. Cheers to winning some bets this week. Let's have ourselves a goddamn week. Anthony, I see, is in the house. Uno in the comments. Site says fiber. The honey mustard has been thrown out. We are doing fresh garlic now on the pizza. Haven't eaten since lunch. Keeping it classy. We ain't going to shit ourselves on this stream today. Not today. So I would guess no more honey mustard. Exactly. No more honey mustard, K. F. And Avers did him in. The honey mustard sped it up. Okay. You know, you never know the combination of honey mustard and mayo. Or Avers. You know, that will definitely hope. The honey mustard lives in infamy. We got Retail Ripper saying, how do you sides back saying, the Rock'em. We threw that avocado out. Started using brand new golf clubs. You got a tan, fresh haircut. You look like you lost a few pounds. I know. Just clean up the diet a little bit. Also, it might have been the poop I had last Tuesday. You guys haven't seen me for a hot minute. And anyway, you look so good in a Cam Smith shirt. You know, you just do. You could look just, you know, if you're ever going on a first date, just buy a Penguin Cam Smith shirt. You know, she'll fall for you, no problem. Don't you worry. Big B only here for exploding ass, by the way. That's not happening. Maybe. We'll see. The Knob Creek, Mikey, my brother. I know you are sipping on the waters there. Used the bathroom before. I did. And I was on a bike ride. I just got back from a bicycle ride. It's like 58 degrees out in Iowa. Just went cruising through the cornfields in a hoodie. But, you know, because I go fast, so it gets cold on that bicycle. But I'm feeling good. Feeling frisky. Feeling fresh. It's the longest I've taken to even pull up the model. But you know what? I'm having a good time. On the best bets extra show for this week. Yes, dude. Thank you so much. I had a blast on there, too. Camera angle wasn't the best. Looked very red. I had some raccoon eyes going on there. Amy's just laughing at me and the show. But yes, I think maybe she's laughing at me using the bathroom before the show, which I did do. So we're good to go there. Mary Brown's honey mustard is way better than Popeye's honey mustard. Tour Capture knows what he's talking about. The honey mustard savant over here. Yeah, shame for all the crap that Cam Smith on his face to go with all those nice clothes. I was very close to rocking the wig. I won't lie to you. If I was running a little ahead of time, we probably would have. So, all right, friends, let's get into it. As always, link to my Patreon in the description below. Let me show you what you can get when you do all that. You'll see all my bets that I've tracked over here. We're not going to touch that tab. It's toxic right now. We're going back in there after this week. It's going to be good. Maniacs model, you've got it over here. I have got boxes checked for you. In the Discord, which is part of the Patreon package, we have got boxes checked. So these are the guys that check the most boxes. We'll go through that here shortly. As always, we have round 4, round 3, round 2 showdown. We got my matchup tool we're going to be using here from last week. This one cashed big time for us. That was nice to see. Aaron Wright kicking Fiddy's ass. Very good stuff there. We've got the one and done tool that you can use. As you can see, we are going with a Justin Rose this week for the one and done. I'm in. I'm committed to the man. I think he's got a plan, and he's going to take down the goddamn Players Championship this week. It's a volatile event. I don't quite trust Scotty yet. We'll have to use him a little later. Xander is in red because I don't know if I figure him being the best option this week, despite his solid performance here a little bit ago last year. We're going with Justin Rose. Brian Harman was pathetic. We've got the course history, strokes gained for TPC Sawgrass, PJ National, Sedgefield, Innisbrook. What other venues do we have over here? Harbour Town. Wentworth isn't included. That's from old stuff. Don't worry about that. And then we got the form tracker. If you're looking to figure out, okay, what's going on over here, here's the last 12 months, here's the last 4 months, here's this year. If you're looking to figure out strokes gained for all these different metrics, you can check it out. And I have added them all together just because why not, to see what would happen. And here we are. Colin Morikawa. Actually, I was lying. Scotty at the top, as always. He's going to be doing the 12 months, doing him some good solid work there. Rory, Ludwig, then Colin. JT finding himself 5th place despite having one of the worst putters in the field. So we'll figure that out going forward. We got that. Then you got round by round stuff that you can use for some showdown, all that jazz. Figure it out. But we're going to get back to the model. We're going to get back to chatting about some bets, having a good time, sipping on some, what is this? Knob Creek whiskey. It's whiskey. And I don't have any ice, so we're going straight up. Not even on the rocks, just neat. So yes. Is that the star of Full Swing hosting? Oh, dude. T-Dak, my brother. I'm always the star of this show. And now, Full Swing. So we are rocking and rolling. International player winning the players. That would be nice. I wouldn't mind that. So we'll see what comes now. Anyway, let's get off to the start of the show. I'm going to go backwards down the bets. We're going to chat about Joel Damon. Pull up Joel, Billy Joel, Joel Diamond, Neil Diamond, Joel Damon, the whole shebang. 200 to 1. Going with Joel Damon here. I believe we got a lot of people on him this week. He's $5,100 freaking dollars. 8% ownership coming in at a $5,100 option. That's going to be interesting to see. But the upside ranking, the safety ranking for Joel, not the best, but that's okay. We're going to go out to the east of this model here and take a quick look at his recent form, his course history, all that jazz. And 200 to 1 for Joel Damon isn't the worst thing in the world because we've got an 11th place here back in 2024, and we've got a 12th back in 2019. So that looks ideal to me. I fancy that in a big way. We've got a 6th place for him at Mexico, and then we've got a 9th place for him at the Farmers. So we're looking like some good form, a little bit of course history. Joel Damon doing his thing, Matt Damon, Joel Damon, blah, 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 all that jazz. Take a look at the 150 to 200 strokes gained metrics. Delightful. 8th in the field from 150 to 200. We've got about 25% of shots coming from that range. We've got another 20-ish, 22% shots coming from one. I'm lying to you. I'm completely lying to you. Let's pull up what's actually going on here. I'm going to clarify exactly how many whatchamacallits we got going. This is the OG. So here are the proximities. So on average at this golf course, we got literally 6 out of 10 shots coming from 100 to 200 yards. So that's a big deal. Then we've got about 29% coming from 100 to 150. And we've got about 32%, 33% coming from 150 to 200. Glad I clarified that. We are rocking rolling. That has been pasted into the Discord. So let me throw my face in the mixture so you can take a look at this. Joel Damon. Oh, you guys are chatting you're chatting in the chat again, yeah. Jordan Spieth sighting this week? Yes, he's showing up because he deserves to be in the field. He qualified for the field. He's in the field. Play better, Jordan. You'll be okay. So Joel Damon, we love the iron play. Phenomenal stuff in that department. And when it comes to strokes gained accuracy, the guy's 26th in the field. Delightfully accurate. Let's take away the 2024 there. That has been no longer the case. We are now weighting it the way we do our strokes gained over here with the last 12 months, the last 8 months, the last 4 months, and 2025 stats. So basically, 2025 stats are going to be 4 times in those metrics because they're in the last 12, the last 8, and the last 4, as well as 2025 strokes gained metrics. So that's how we kind of going about it. Joel, obviously not the greatest when it comes to short game. So that's his biggest bugaboo, but man, he can hit the irons real good, and they are delightfully good from this proximity historically. I believe he's been flipping them around a little bit the last little while. We'll see what's cooking over there. So Joel Damon, 200 to 1. We are rocking and rolling with him. We're probably going to be betting him top 10 as well because we got the +2. We got the 200 to 1. Couldn't get the each ways there. Goes off early on Thursday morning at 7:50 Unos. Then we've got Nick Taylor, who's going to be the Canadian that we're betting on this week. Not betting on, the Canadian. We are rocking with Nick Taylor at 125 to 1, 5 places each way on Bet365. Dropped that in the Discord a little bit earlier this week. Safety ranking, upside ranking, not the greatest for us, but we know Nick Taylor is a very sporadic, here or there kind of bear. So we're going to be looking at his best finishes at this golf course 2019. We have got ourselves a 16th place finish. His best finish this year was when he beat our guy, Nico Echeverria, in the playoff out in the Sony. Let's have one for the fallen soldier there. 0 for 2 in playoffs this year. Unbelievable. Could have had 2 outrights going into March. Instead, we got 0. That's okay. That's okay. We are resilient here on Back 9 Bets. Resilient and brilliant. That's what we preach. That's what we do. We're going to come through. Money on you. I don't know why I'm going full Dr. Seuss here today, but I'm feeling frisky. You know, it might be the whiskey. Who the heck knows? I'll stop. Nick Taylor, solid form, as always. So basically what you're looking for when you come to the Players' Championship, course history is very sporadic. It's very iffy. It's not the best. You don't even want to look at it really, unless it's good. I like good course history. Bad course history, I don't really care about. If you're playing good golf coming into this week, we're looking good. Nick Taylor is 6th in the field in approach play. He's got a 9th at the Genesis, a 31st at the API, 25th at the Waste Management, a 33rd at Pebble, 12th at the Amex. Like, the guy's balling out. He's doing good. I'm clicking buttons and not even showing you the screen. We're back in here again. So that's going to be what's cooking over here. Let's take a look at Nick Taylor's statisticals, because I want to show you what's going on here. The strokes gained approach is coming through hot and heavy, friends. Hot and heavy. And his strokes gained off the tee on shorter golf courses, it's quite impressive. It's actually very impressive. So we're going to go to him, 24th off the tee there. Now, when it comes to box checking, our colors are green is default, white is 1 box, orange is 2 boxes, yellow is 3 boxes, blue is 4 boxes, and pink is 5 boxes. So we got 5 boxes we want to check this week. It's mostly iron play, ball striking side of things, and a little bit of short game. So that's what's going on there. You can't show your statisticals on YouTube. Well, we can show Nick Taylor's statisticals. That's just how it works. There's always loophole sites. We work those loopholes real hard here on Back 9 Bets. So we got the approach play looking goddamn good. We know the distance isn't there for old small dick Nick off the tee, but when he gets onto the approach side of things and the accuracy side of things, we're looking good. So we like him on the shorter courses. We like his weighted strokes gained the last 12 months. That's looking delightful. In the calmer conditions, the weighted good shot percentages are looking real good for Nick Taylor. So that's good to see there. He's a wedge savant. That's the majority of where his good shots come from. The further out you get, he's not the best with the long irons. That's okay. It's only 2 out of 10 approach shots this week will come from 200 plus. Everything else comes inside of 200. And we know we've got about a good, clean 20-something % inside 150 for him. So he's going to have to capitalize on the wedges. That's why one of the colors that his boxes have been checked here is for the wedge play. And then I think historically he's got some good short game, but it's not quite translating. His short game's kind of disappeared a little bit. $7,300, 9% owned. I'm a big fan of him. He's trending hard. Last 3 months, obviously the win gets him a ton of points, but at this event, he's lost 8 points to the field in the past. That's what you're seeing over here on the left-hand side of the Model Maniac model. Boom chakalaka, Bob's your auntie. So, Nick Taylor, he's done. Let's get to our next guy. And it's every rose has its thorn. I don't think I've ever opened up a show singing. I'm not the greatest singer. I'm terrible with lyrics. Yeah, I know. Off the tee. In a playoff, he'll slap you around with the biggest thing in the world. It'll happen to you. Nico Echeverria got some CTE from the BDE there from Nick Taylor. So we're going to figure it out. But what I fancy about Justin Rose is not his statisticals. They're not the greatest. Like the approach play, very mediocre, nothing really inside the top 20. All good. All right. But we're going to scoot all the way over to the right-hand side here. The recent form, the course history. I got to get these headers figured out again. We spoke about the volatility of this golf course. We spoke about it. We said it's okay to like lean into some serious action when it's got some high upside. The miscuts don't really matter because this golf course is volatile. Missed the cut last year in 2024, missed the cut in 2022. The two starts either side of that got a 6th and an 8th, friends, for Justin Rose. Now, if you take a look at his recent form, similar situation. I fancy his upside this week. Got an 8th at the API and a 3rd at Pebble Beach. 2 miscuts either side of that, both at, I believe, Torrey Pines. Who cares about that? I'm not that worried about Torrey Pines. Justin Rose he's played well at Torrey Pines, but that golf course is a little bit too big for him. So that's fine. Pebble Beach, Plotter's course, a golf course he's played well at. We fancy that. He's played well here, sporadically, not consistently, but who has really played consistently at this golf course anyway? So we don't necessarily have to worry about that. We do know that he, when he's feeling it, can play well. Yeah, got the 6th year in 2023, 8th in 2019, and I think there's a 4th or something back in like the early teens, back when I was a teen. And I'm a believer in Justin Rose this week. So we're going with Justin Rose, winner, 120-1. We're going with Justin Rose, top 5, 22-1. We're going with Justin Rose, top 10, 8-1, 9-1, 10-1. Wherever you can find your top 10 best number on Justin Rose, that's where we're going. I popped this out there on Sunday night, and the number moved immediately. While I was typing up the Discord stuff, the number moved from 150. I got 150-1 on Justin Rose this week. And there's 120s out there still quite routinely. So that's what's going on there. Also, I'm going to take a quick peek here at some odds. We're going to add a live guy I've been thinking about on the bike ride. Haven't pulled the trigger. We're going to have a sip of whiskey while I'm doing this and take a quick peek because I'm going to shave my face into a mustache. I know everyone's been betting this man the last little while. We can find ourselves a Bet365 Keegan Bradley at 55-1. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to place that right now, and we're going with Keegan. We're going full Keegan. Hopefully Keegan doesn't go full Keegan because that's what we're looking for this week. Some Knob Creek. All right. Keegan Bradley. Pick his name. Find out what he's good at. 2 miscuts the last 2 years. I'm cool with that. I think we bet him both times, to be honest with you. But then in 2022, he had a 5th place finish here. And then a 16th in 2019, 29th in 2021. So some good form at this course when he plays well. Then we take a look at his best recent finishes. Well, we got a 6th at the Sony, short positional venue, and then a 5th at the API with the course record 29 or something on the front for Keegan at Bay Hill last week. So he's coming in with some seriously good confidence. Big believer in Keegan at 55-1. I'll be grabbing him with 4 places, 5 places each way at a quarter of the outright number. So let's go Keegan. I think he's a good option this week. Great form coming into the week. I think he fancies this kind of a golf course. He's very, very solid when it comes to strokes gained off the tee because he's got a bit of both. There's not a lot of people that tend to have amazing off the tee metrics in both departments. I'm also just seeing who is tour capture. Someone's saying he's an Aussie. Are you an Aussie? Because we tolerate the Aussie, but I'm wearing a Cam Smith shirt. We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide tonight. But I'm going to show you guys quickly. If we filter by accuracy, take a peek here. The best accuracy's got let's try and find someone that matches their accuracy. How long you got to go down here for accuracy to match? And it's Keegan. Maybe Laurie Cantor can be called that, but typically Keegan's got the best total driving package. He's got distance and accuracy, so he's very versatile when it comes to off the tee metrics. I'm a believer in his off the tee stuff. If I haven't said off the tee enough, he has one more. So off the tee. Cheers. Last 12 months, strokes gained, weighted. So when I say weighted, it's not because Keegan's fat, although he's lost a bunch of weight. Also, the Keegan Keegan Bradley whiskey commercial on the TGL. Fantastic. I need to buy myself a bottle of that. But when I say weighted, remember I brought up this, whatchamacallit, right over here. So it's taking these buckets, and obviously 125 and 1 to 150 and 150 to 175 will be weighted the most. Then 175 to 200 will be weighted almost as much. 100 to 125, less than those. You know what I'm saying? So this is a percentage. So it's basically taking 17%, prorating it. You guys know the math. You smart people, you're tuning into Back Nine Bets. This is, simplicities at their finest. I'm scooting this way too far. There we go. So that's what's cooking there. Keegan Bradley, fantastic when it comes to approach play. The wedges are solid from 100 to 150, 25th in the field. We take a look at proximity from 150 to 200. He's 9th in the field. He avoids bad shots, the 12th best in this field from 150 to 200. Poor shot avoidance is losing more than half a stroke on the field in one single shot. So what is a single shot that can lose you half a stroke or more? In the water, or a very, very bad shot. There's lots of water around this golf course, if you are not aware of that. So this week, avoiding those poor shots from that kind of range, you're not going to be hitting that many wedges in the water. Your proximities are typically a little tighter. So I'm not too worried about the recklessness with the wedges. But the safety that we're going to be getting from 150 to 200 when you're hitting a 7-iron in, a 6-iron into these greens, going to be important. And he's pretty darn good at that. So fancy his chances in a big way this week. The long irons are mediocre. We see what's going on over there. Depending how many fairways he hits, we're going to see some good stuff out the rough. And we've spoken about all the other crap already. So Keegan Bradley, we're going to be betting him to win this goddamn golf tournament. Let's party. Let's do it. Let's see what he can get up to for us. And we're going with him. Then we're going to be going with somebody by the name and fame of Matsuyama, the Dexter. We're rocking and rolling with the Decky. There's a 33-1 out there at FanDuel, friends. So go take a peek at FanDuel. Have a quick little gander over there. Let's get back to the copied version, not the OG, because this is the OG. This is where the people live. Not going to be fiddling around while the people are in the model. So we got our own copy here, Hideki Matsuyama. He's 33-1, and we spoke about course history not being that big of a deal. But if you just throw your mind back into the past and think about Hideki's form over the last 5 years, since he's won the Masters, basically, or so. He hasn't been playing the greatest golf in the last half a decade, has he? It's like it's been sporadic. He's been injured. He's done this. He's done that. Hideki Matsuyama, 8th in 2019 at the Players, 5th in 2023, 6th in 2024. I mean, those are 3 top 8s right there. Looking square. Hideki Matsuyama, those odds are fair. You know what I'm saying? We are a big believer in him. The miscut, we know the miscuts happen at this golf course. It is what it is. His recent form, it's a little mediocre. 13th at the Genesis, 22nd at the API. Obviously, won the Tournament of Champions out of nowhere, really. Just went nutsos. So we know that he's got that in the tank. We know that he can win the FedEx St. Jude. We know that he can win the Genesis Invitational at Riviera. Those are big venues. Like, he's a big game hunter, I believe. So we got like Hideki Matsuyama at 33-1. Taking a look at the odds that are around him, Tommy Fleetwood is shorter than Hideki Matsuyama. Tommy Fleetwood hasn't won on U.S. soil. Hideki Matsuyama's won 3 times in the last 13, 14 months. What on earth are we doing here? So that number to me is just really exciting. I'm a fan in this. Like, what we need is like not Russell Henley at the Cognizant. We need the guy that's like Russell Henley at the API. Of course, we bet the guy the week before he goes and wins a tournament after shitting it down his leg and missing our placement bet on him. It's what you get for not being a consistent bettor, Byron. So get it together. Let's go. So the chef's going to start sucking now. Mitch, who are we talking about here? Which chef? Which chef is this? All right. Okay. So getting back to what we were talking about. Hideki, why is he yellow? 3 boxes checked. Well, It's got to do with strokes gained inside 150 to 200, 7th in the field. Scotty, okay. Well, we'll see. I'm tempted to bet him. We're getting some really solid odds. We'll look at the placements here shortly. I've been messing around. I've been on paternity leave a little bit. So we kind of just doing a bit of a research show at the same time, going for that. 150 to 200 in the approach side of things, Hideki Matsuyama is 7th in the field. If we take a look at his recent approach play, we are 4th in the field. So that's another box we were looking to check. Fantastic over there. Number 1 in strokes gained around the green, the putter gets hot and cold. It is what it is. That's what Hideki Matsuyama's situation is. The off the tee metrics are just whatever. But if we take a look at Hideki, let's go do a quick deep dive completely out of left field here. And we're going into the vault. This is the vault at Gringotts. I'm a big Harry Potter nerd, and I just love labeling stuff that are like it's Hideki. Here we go. So Hideki Matsuyama, when we're looking at him at the Sawgrass, hopefully this can stop spinning for us. There we go. You can figure out. I'm going to get this into a little tool for you guys to use soon, and then we'll go from there. But at Sawgrass, let's take a look at his off the. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at this. Look at this. So he has strokes gained off the tee for Hideki. Wow. That's good, if I do say so myself. So, yeah. I mean, we are looking at some metrics here. I mean, look at this. Look at this. You got to go back to the second round of 2021 that he's lost off the tee at this golf course. He's obviously very comfortable. Like the form during this stretch of his career hasn't been great. So off the tee, despite him not necessarily having the greatest metrics as a baseline, this is where he's doing most of the damage. And then he has a few spike weeks with the irons. I mean, every time he's played here, it looks like he's had at least gained 3 strokes or close to. Like, that is incredible. This is good. So this is what you need. You need to gain insane amount of strokes when it comes to approach and ball striking at this golf course. Chips quite nicely around this venue too, and the putter has been hot and cold. So if we can get the putter to kind of find its way back to the Tournament of Champions situation, then we're looking solid. So like what we're seeing over there, any first round leader picks, Byron, tour capture. Go check out the Best Bet show on Mayo Media Network. This network that you are watching the show on, I did a Best Bets with Pat and Ben Raza, and we did an actual first round leader bet segment there. So all my first round leader bets are going to be on that one. I'm going to tease you with that. Go check out that show. It's on this network. After you're done watching the show, go click that menu and find that show. We got Mark Green say, Carl Phillips to show up again, top 10, top 20. It's interesting. I don't know if Carl will go to show up after. Oh, Jesus, let's try that again. I don't know if Carl is going to show up after winning, right? Like a lot of stuff happens. Like his life has changed. He's got 2 years of exemption on the tour now. Just go find the tab. It's got the thing. I can't even remember half the guys I told on there, to be honest with you. Tom Hoagie. Bet Tom Hoagie. All right. And David Lipsky, 250 to 1. I don't know. Carl's good. Top 10, top 20. I don't know what his odds are. Go tell me what his odds are, Mark. Maybe we can figure out if we want to go there or not. But he's still fresh. He's still young. It's up to you. I don't have enough information on that man to kind of really divulge too many units on him this week. But Hideki, as always, love what's going on with the ball striking. Love the short game, all that stuff. 33 to 1. So we've got Keegan, Hideki, Nick Taylor, Joel Damon, and Justin Rose as our outrights right now. I think we're going to kind of take it as it comes. We're going easy on the outrights right now. Haven't kind of pulled the trigger on anyone else. Scotty at 5 to 1, can't do it. Rory, I'm done with him. He's, is he going to go and win this week after we bet him last week? Maybe. Colin Morikawa, we know that story. That's done, been done. Ludwig is a very popular bet. At 18 to 1 is a potential ad. Going to keep paying attention to some weather. I haven't invested too much in the outrights. Maybe the weather figures itself out over the next day, and we might do 1 or 2 live ads. I'll be dropping that on X. I'll be dropping that in my Discord, going from there. Sepp Straka's 50-1 on DraftKings still. We'll see. Is that okay? Some placements. We're going to go take a look at all these guys. Get them in here. And we're going to type in the gold bet for the Mayo show is Doug Gim. We love Doug Gim because why? Take a look at this situation here. Dougie finds himself inside the 40, 43% of the time. Top 40s for Doug, 43% of the time. Top 10s, 4% of the time. Not ideal. Is that where we want to find ourselves? Not necessarily. So we like the safety for Doug Gim, and gee whiz, he's been hitting these irons very, very nicely more recently. If we go back to this thing, we can go type in Doug Gim, see what he's got up to, because Doug Gim has been really, really fancy when it comes to the iron play the last little while. He's been pretty solid at the players. Remember, I spoke about him having one of the best iron rounds here in a long time. So we're going to look at Doug Gim's overall iron play the last little while. And it's been very, very handsome. The Gim Reaper has done some good stuff on approach for the last little while. Let's get back to the more recent stuff here. Take a look at that delightful round that he had at PGA National, where he gained himself a casual 8.5 strokes in the first 2 rounds and then lost strokes over the weekend because pressure. That's why. How do you hit your irons this well for this to start the tournament and then you finish 11th? He just doesn't have what it takes to win golf tournaments. Maybe he wins this week. Hopefully not. But this is what I'm saying. You're looking to go after Doug Gim in that safety market. He just seems to finish 21st, 11th. That's just never there. 27th, 20th. Just doesn't have ultimate upside. The TPC Summerlin at the Shriners was quite impressive. That caught me off guard. But overall, he's typically in that top 40 range. So we fancy that a lot. Plus 120 for Doug Gim to finish inside the top 40. He does that 43% of the time. And I think if we're taking a look at the Gim Reaper, 43% of the time is pretty nice. Where do we have him graded over here in our upside rate? Not the greatest. But you know what? We're leaning into some of the course history. He plays very nicely Plays nicely at TPC Sawgrass, 16th in 2024, 6th in 2022, 29th in 2021. So 3 of the last 4 times he's cashing that top 40 at this golf course. We fancy that in a big, big way. Doug Gim is our guy. Then we're going to be going with Ludwig Oberg because we bet him on Mayo Show as well for plus 170 for a top 10. But we might be doubling down. We bet that for 1 unit, and then we'll bet the top 5 for a unit as well, because that's actually the market that we fancy him in more. We got a bigger edge in that top 5 market because his top 5 and top 10 is almost simultaneous. When you're finishing inside the top 5, 34% of the time, and top 10, 41% of the time, or it's like 80% of the time you're inside the top 10, you're inside the top 5. So basically, you're looking for these kind of profiles. When guys play well, you bet the upside. You don't want to be betting him top 10. You want to bet him top 5. We went for the top 10 just in case some random crap happens, and we get that bet across the line. We're just looking for a bet to win at this point. So we fancy that, but the ultimate bet that you're looking for long-term profitability is a Ludwig top 5 at the 20-1, not 320-1, plus 320. So that's where we're going there. Then we're going to be looking at Colin Morikawa, minus 150 for a top 20. Minus 150 implies a 60% probability. We know Colin Morikawa finished inside the top 20 70% of the time. So we like that in a big way. If we take a look at Colin Morikawa's profile, By the way, you can find this on the Patreon. This is a cool little tool that I have built for us where you can take a look at these guys' betting profiles in a very analytical minded way. You can see their best bets over here. Let me get my sexy face out of the screen so you guys can see what's been on the move. Colin Morikawa, top 20 bets. He had a run at the Zozo BMW, like the playoffs and Japan. He missed the top 20. But golly, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of the last 16 tournaments. He's been inside the top 20. That's incredible. Minus 150, and we're getting a run like this on Colin Morikawa. If you take a look at the players, let's take a look at his top 20 situation at the Players' Championship. So going back to 2020, you can get all these metrics, and we've actually only got 2 out of the last 5. Interesting. And majority of them have all been plus money odds, but he is just playing such good golf right now. And if you take a look at his overall metrics, Colin Morikawa is just delightful. He's just delightful. Can he win golf tournaments? Not necessarily, but he's got a pink box, friends, and pink boxes mean that's 5 for 5. Why is it 5 for 5? Let's take a peek. Colin Morikawa, when we take a look at his upside rank, it's 4th. When you take a look at his safety rank, it's 4th. When the DK pricing comes out, he's 4th in the DK pricing. So you like all of that. If you're looking at the model, you can see over here. He's in the last 12 months. He's won $260 in the top 5 market, 321 in the top 20. We saw that on this chart right over here earlier. So you can see exactly there. We're going back to the model, seeing what's going on. Boxes to be checked. Ball striking, approach play, 10th in weighted ball striking, 10th in weighted approach play over the last 12, 8, 4, 2025 months. Then we're going to take a look at his proximities, his strokes gained from 100 to 150, 10th in the field. Strokes gained from 150 to 200, 14th in the field. So that's 3 boxes checked. We take a look at the short game, 5th in the field, 4 boxes. We take a look at, I believe I went for strokes gained from 150. I can't even remember what the other one was, to be honest with you. I have no idea what the other 5th box was. Let me pull up the Discord. We're going to crash the stream. But I'm going to tell you right now what exactly the boxes were, because I actually checked them quickly. I'll pull up the Discord quickly and show you guys what's going on. Here's my thing. Here's the premium chat, blah, blah, blah. We got the research stream going here. So what you're going to get in the Discord is all of this stuff. So strokes gained, short game. Beautiful. He's in that. Strokes gained off the tee on courses shorter than 7,200 yards. There we go. Colin Morikawa finds himself right over there, 10th in the field. So you can see this Discord is badass. We've got all sorts of bets. We've got the showdown. We've got one and dones. We've got my models. We've got knowledge bombs, player profiles, everything going on for you in my wonderful little Discord, which is part of the Patreon that you can find yourself getting to. Link in the description below. All right, so Colin Morikawa, the full package, short game, off the tee, on approach, all 5 boxes. Bob's your uncle. Scotty Scheffler checks all 5 of those boxes too. The putter, not the greatest, but Scotty Scheffler is very, very good on the approach side of things. Lots of pink boxes there. And the short game, kind of the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. I always get that phrase messed up a little bit, but the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So he's outside the top 20 for strokes gained around the green and outside the top 20 for strokes gained putting. But if you combine those 2 strokes gained together for short game, he's inside the top 20, 16th. So together, we've got some short game love for Scotty Scheffler, which I'm a fan of. So, boom, there we go. Short game, short tee boxes off the tee, 7,200 yards. He's second in the field. So Scotty Scheffler, you know what? We're going with it because I think we just got to trust the process here. Scotty Scheffler plus 120 for a top 5. He's doing it 46% of the time. He's back-to-back at the Players. Let's go after him. We lost 2 units on him last week because he couldn't putt. The ball striking was good. I think I watched the press conference with him. There's like a compilation of Scotty Scheffler laughing in his presses. He laughed like twice, and they weren't even like big laughs. He's locked the freak in right now. He's locked in. He's pissed off. He's not playing the greatest golf. And by greatest golf, I'm talking about finishes that are 11th, 3rd, 9th, and 25th in the last 4 starts. One top 5. And it's hilarious to see his odds are so damn short that now look at what's going on. The only market he's been profitable in the last 12 months is the win market. Every other market, top 20s, he's lost $1,300 in that market. Incredible. Incredible. So, time for a giveaway. I'm going to, who has gained the most total strokes at TPC Sawgrass? First person, type that in the chat. First person, tell me who that is. That's not in the Discord. Gets a free month to the Discord. Link in the description below. Hit me up with that bad boy. First person, tell me who's gained the total most strokes at this golf course. We are rocking and rolling, baby. I am taking a quick peek. And it's interesting. It's interesting. My mom. Darbo. Tiger. Not in the field, Chris. Sorry. Decky. No. Come on, people. Who's gained the most total strokes at this golf course? It might seem a little obvious. No. In this field. In this field. You're not looking for people playing on live. Not Matsuyama. Your hot, my hot, Darbo. You watch your mouth. You watch your mouth. CDN? Who the hell's CDN? Adam Scott? No. Cam Smith? No. Scotty? Harmon? JT? Ricky? Every time. Every time. Canadian. J-Day. Folks, congratulations to David Miller. What are we doing? It's Scotty Scheffler. The guy's won twice in the last 2 years. Of course he's going to have the most strokes gained at this golf course. Holy cow. I wasn't quite thinking it would be him, but it is. So congrats to David. Hit the link in the description below. Join the Discord. You'll get all the Patreon stuff in there. And if you can't figure it out, the Discord, just hit me up on X. I believe you got the lightning bolt in your name, if I recall correctly. So thank you for joining the show, my friend. Congratulations. How the hell did all of you people tell me all these other names and not Scotty Scheffler? Oh, man, I'm inside your heads. I'm inside your heads. So Scotty Scheffler, if you take a look at the course history here, going over to the course history, all time, Scotty Scheffler. There it is. Boom. 2.5 strokes gained. 3.3 in 2020, missed the cut, I think these 2 years potentially, and then 4.3 both times when he was doing his thing. So we love Scotty Scheffler. Hideki's second. Seabez is third in this field in strokes gained, by the way. So let's actually go find a Seabez bet. It's going to be a long stream. Got a lot of whiskey to drink still. Let's go find a Seabez bet quickly. I'm in the mood to bet Seabez top 40. I'm feeling it. Let's do this. Top 40, Z2A, Boom Chakalaka. These guys aren't even in the field anymore. We'll get them the hell out of here. Delete those selected rows. And there's Bezzy. 77% of the time, it works every time. So we are drinking some Knob Creek whiskey. Some Knob Creek. Some good stuff. Oh, it was delightful. Delightful. Bezzy. What is Bezzy's situation? Let me pull up Bet365 here again. Okay. We're going to find a Bezzy top 40. Can't pull up the screen because we've got login information on that situation. But I'm looking at Bezzy quickly. I know I've been a little neglectful here on the betting side of things. So we're going to have to take a second to find it. And then we're going to be going from there. So Bezzy, oh, yes. Give me all of this. Are we going to be going again? We're going to do this. Plus 125 for Bez. Massive edge. Massive, massive edge. So we're going to be going to Bezzy. 27th in safety. We've seen what Bez gets up to at this golf course. Gary is third in the model for safety. If we take a look at we got a 41st in 2021 and two 13th place finishes in the last while. Oh, of course, when we bet him at the Cognizant, he finished 42nd. Then finished 19th at the API, 39th at the Genesis, 4th and 40th. So he's been crushing the top 42 market. If there's one of those, he's 100% in the last 5, 4 or 5 in the last 5. Not bad. Plus 125 Bezzy for a top 5. Bob is your uncle. We're betting that crap all day. Nick Taylor, top 20, top 40. We'll see. What's this? Michael Manning. Rose in the tip pie. You're a one-man show. He's not in the tip pie. The guys obviously, this is why I suck at outrights, but the guys I always land up betting on never in that freaking pie. I'm too much of a contrarian, and I think that's something I've been reflecting on the last little while. And I feel like you got to go with the flow. The reason everyone's betting these guys is the reason. Like trying to be different doesn't get you anywhere when you're going. It's us versus the books. It's not me versus you guys. My brain's all fucked up sometimes. So it is what it is. Moving on, we're going to be checking some boxes. Let's go. Knob Creek, delightful stuff. All right. So this is what's going on here. Should we start doing some deep dives on the DFS side of things? I'm in the mood to do that. It's been a hectic week. Paternity leave, friends. I tell you. People tell you paternity leave is not easy because you're in charge of this little 3-month-old delightful cute bundle of joy the whole day. And when she sleeps, you're too scared to put it down. Like I've had worse sweat putting my child down when I'm exhausted and need a quick nap as well. Just hope she doesn't freaking wake up. And she does. So then you get stuck nap trapped. And then you can't work. And then. So night times is when we get it going. So tonight, we're going to be rocking and rolling with the bet side of things. I'm pitting out. We're going to close my box up here and get back into the business here. So let's have another sip here. I'm feeling frisky. Any chance Wyndham fixes his swing in a week? I don't think it was like mainly to do with the putting for Wyndham, which is kind of interesting. Bradley. Deep dive scuba Steve. Who the hell do we even have a Steve in the field? Oh, we got 2 of them, and they could both be scubaing for all we know. So Nick Taylor. Let's take a look at Nick Taylor. What has he done historically at the Players? Taylor Montgomery, Nick Taylor. So his top 20 bets are some of the worst historically at the Players. Let's get that out of there and just take a look at the last couple bits. Still very, very bad. He's just one of these sporadic guys. But he's a different dude right now. So maybe Nick Taylor is, because we've bet him to win this tournament. What has his recent form been like? So we've got an API 31st. This is the thing. Amex was 12th. Genesis Invitational was 9th. Waste Management 25th. Pebble 33rd. API 31st. It's more like a top 40 bet. Do we want to go Nick Taylor top 40? What does his metrics look like from a top 40 aspect? 52% of the time, Nick Taylor's inside the top 40. So, Nick Taylor top 40. If he's in the same realm as Bez, Nick Dunlap, Nick T, Nicotine, plus 115. Let's take a look at what does he grade out for me in the upside side of things. 57th. That might not work out. Let's take a look here. Nick Taylor. Where are you? He's got a decent top 40 rate, so he should show up here shortly. What did we say? 62% of the time. My favorite thing is when you're on a podcast and you can literally see the person scroll by the guy, but here we are. So Nick Taylor, 53% of the time, top 40. That's Sam Stevens, plus 115, 10%-ish. What is this? What is this nonsense? Why is that not making any sense? We're all the way down here because we don't have. What the freaking hell's going on at the bottom of this thing? All right, we'll fix that when we're done with the show. Back to regularly played programming over here. Small Dick Nick, not going to make it. We're going to figure that out over here. Mav. All right. Wrote him off after chipping himself out the tournament last week. Does he have upside? This week, Spaz. All right. Let's take a look. And I know I'm jumping around. I just randomly saw Spaz, and we're going to take a look at his thing. So Mav. What's Mav's situation? I fancy him. I think I brought him up on the FGD show. The upside for Mav is right there. Much better than the safety ranking. He's actually got better upside ranking than his DK price, but worse safety ranking than the DK price. 31st in safety, 14th in upside. Because Mav finished inside the top 10 33% of the time. So if the tool wasn't all jacked up, I'd probably take a look at that. But I fancy his chances. What is his top 10 rate? Top 10 number for Mav is 5-1. That's 33%. 5-1 is like 20%, right? So there's definitely a chance that we can go Mav McNeely from top 10 at 33% of the time. And what we like about him is he's terrible around the greens. What is he doing? Why is he chipping himself out these tournaments? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. But the rest of his game is scintillating. Off the tee, on shorter courses, not the greatest. What do his boxes look like? He's a very good long iron player. I don't know if this is going to be the greatest venue for him from a ball striking perspective. Obviously a great putter from 5 to 15 feet, all that jazz. But the last little while, the last 36, he's only 17th in 5 to 15 feet, 44th, to be honest with you. So not the best putting, even though the driver and the irons are starting to come together. Finished young. No, I'm out on him. I don't like this iron profile because the irons, they're 17th in this field, but we've come from the Genesis Invitational. We've come from API, the Waste Management, and the Farmers. Those are 3 very long venues. Don't know. He must have balled out at the Genesis Invitational, and the API must have hit his irons nicely too. I'm out on Spaz. Sorry, I'm out on Mav. Spaz, my bad. Yeah, maybe we just go Nicotine top 30 there. We'll be dropping all these on X. I'm a little behind on the placement bets. I want to make sure I'm picking the right things. I'll be honest with you guys. I apologize. It is what it is. It's Players Week. Been busy, done lots of shows. We're going to figure out the right bets here. So I go temporarily blind when streaming. What does that even mean? Anyway, does Wyndham fix his swing? He's got to fix the putter, first off. DFS showdown question. Is there a streak edge starting off 10 instead of 1? Oh, God. Sites? I can't pull that up for you right now. It's going to take too much digging. I'll hit you up. You're in the Discord, right? So I'll get you figured out. Maybe I'll throw that out on X for you guys as well. Goombas 3040. I have a Killer Keith showing up a lot of categories. Is the model maniac looking his profile? Brother, Killer Keith is just a killer of bankroll. That's the only killer he does. We've been betting Keith Mitchell top 20 religiously the last little while. And it's been a sad case of events. Not going to lie to you. Look at this. We bet him at the Amex top 20, finished 21st. We bet him Waste Management. I don't know when we stopped betting him, but look at this. He's finished between 42nd and 30th the whole year. So, what? What does that even mean for us? We've got a 13th place finisher in 2022. I don't bet this guy anymore, even though Keith Mitchell's an absolute top 20 dude. That's Keith Horn. We're looking for Keith Mitchell. That's his situation. When we're taking a look at Keith, top 20s, this is it. Look at this top 20 market. This is where he's done his damage the last couple months. But we haven't had one since the Black Desert. 1, 2, 3, eight starts. Where's the upside? The Black IPs are asking, where's the love? We're asking Keith Mitchell, where's the upside? So I can't tell you to go to him. I like him a lot as a top 20 bet, but he's just not doing it right now. his odds are getting worse and worse, as he's playing worse and worse. So maybe at some point, but eventually, when he top 20s again, the odds are going to go backwards. So we're out on Keith Mitchell. We are out on Keith Mitchell. Let's take a look at some other stuff here. Just parlay, Maddie. What the heck are we going on here? Just parlay, Maddie Schmidt, Bryce Garnett, and Cam Davis top 20 for 290 to 1. All right. Hey, Farcanal hasn't showed up yet. So this is the parlay of the day for us over here. I think Mav lost 6 strokes. Yeah, I know. How do you just, brother, what are you doing? Patrick Rogers, 5K pivot. Let's take a look at P-Rod. Pull him up. Patrick Rogers, 5K pivot. Patrick Rogers, 5K pivot. $5,600, 3 consecutive missed cuts, and a 65th in 2021 at the Players. His best finish so far was the Genesis Invitational. 3rd, Mexico Open, 25th, 18th at the Cognizant, 22nd at the API, 22nd at Pebble Beach. Abso-freaking-lutely. On the pulse is on the pulse of Patrick Rogers. $5,600, 3% owned. Remember, we spoke about course history not being a de facto here. Don't let it deter you from going after someone who's in good form. We've got 3 consecutive top 25s on a variety of golf courses. The Cognizant is a very different venue, and he still finished 18th there. It's his second best finish of the run. So he's been playing some solid golf. He's very, very solid. Let's take a look at his baseline metrics here real quick on the approach side of things. Very bad. That's okay. Maybe he's figuring it out. But just taking a look at some good, solid, recent performances, this is all like baseline stuff. It's not really going to reflect as much of the love that we're seeing the last couple starts because we got some really bad finishes a long time ago for P-Rod. But $5,600, give me. Let's go. If you're going to be playing a lot of lineups this week, throw him in there. 6% of the time, 6% of your lineups, double the field. So I like that a lot. Thoughts on a 6-stud round robin, Mr. Cut, 2s and 3s? Cool. We'll do that as well. Starch, you're coming up with some fun questions here, my friend. Tons of fun questions from you. But a ton of chat on Damon T20. Don't know what that emoji is. We're going to be doing a Damon top 10 because we're betting him to win this tournament. So we're trying to each way that bad boy. And we like what he's up to. I think we're going to stop there. So I'm not going to go overboard on Joel Damon, but we're going to rock and roll. Patrick Rogers had some one and done this week, which you're correct. Patrick Rogers had one and done. Yeah. I don't know about one and done. Don't think he's one dude. If he wins on the PGA Tour, then we know anyone can. Yeah. Keith Mitchell, done with him. Stop betting him too late. I know. That's the thing. Especially coming out of these breaks, you never know what these guys get up to. You think you reset, he looked like he kind of, what, is this Keith Mitchell thing still up? Yeah, yes. So here is the RSM. That was the final event. Look at this great form we had going into the fall. And then we kind of lost the plot here at the Black Desert in the final 4. Maybe a bit of fatigue. Okay, cool. Come back. Played nicely. Then we just missed the top 20 at the Amex. Then we just, you just learn too late sometimes, but unfortunately, it is what it is. A lot of people have come back weird in 2025. That's the theme of the year for me. I've relied on too long of a data set and not reacted quick enough to the changes in these guys' games. Yeah, that's Patrick Rogers. Is that Keith Mitchell? Both guys can't finish the job. Just talking about missing out on placements. So when is nothing, we can hope for even more. I know. Like, that's the worst part. It's like missing out on a placement by 1, but then you miss out on a win by 1. It's even worse. It's just the worst situation in the world. My top 20 parlay for commentary nerd. Fleetwood, Lowry, Berger, Straka, and Michael Kim. Okay. Let's chat about Michael Kim. And then I'll get back to some more questions here. But Michael Kim is him. Speak like the kids. Take a look at this form. Gee whiz. And talk about just finding something. Just shows up, miscut, 43rd, miscut. Take a week off at Pebble. Go find Joe Mayo, whatever, do your thing. 2nd, 13th, 6th, 4th. The last 5 starts. Top 20s in every single goddamn start he's made. and he's playing some good golf. Now, I had questions about the Cognizant. I have questions about his ball shape. Maybe Darbo can chime in on this. But Scotty Scheffler today on his presser mentioned that the reason the players and the TPC Sawgrass venue is a genius golf course design is because you require a fade off the tee and a draw on approach. And there's some draws off the tee, there's some fades, like it does a bit of everything all the time. So you got to shape your ball real well. The reason Michael Kim is playing such good golf right now is he's just locked in on that draw. It's on demand, but he's hitting a draw pretty much unanimously. And at $5,900, what are we doing pricing him here? We don't necessarily know. The course history obviously is disgusting, but he's only played here twice and wasn't necessarily playing the greatest golf when he was. Now he's playing fantastic. 14% ownership could be 20%, if, in all honesty. I mean, this guy's $5,900 and he's finished 5 straight top 20s in signature events. So with this draw being his main thing, I think that might be the one reason I'm out. Like, you got to be able to shape this golf ball around this golf course multiple ways. If you can't do it, you're going to be struggling, and the form is fantastic. You can't go wrong with that. But if he misses the cut and you're playing Michael Kim in DFS, okay, you're going to have people in your player pool that miss the cut. But when 20% of the field misses the cut with one guy, that's when that's rake out the way. A lot of the rake out the way, and some. Then you're going. If it gets to 25% somehow, the hype on Michael Kim is going to just keep escalating this week. So it could easily get crazy. I mean, I got him ranked well ahead of his DK price. Play him in cash, bet him top 20, and call it a day. He's plus 250 for a top 20. I think Pat's on him at 3-1. So his top 20 market has been ultra profitable. Now, if you take a look at Michael Kim's situation here, it's been very, very nice the last little while. So, I mean, look at that mark. Look at this. This is so good. So, yeah, we got a ton of top 20s in the last little while. Let's just bet him top 20. We're going to be betting Michael Kim top 20. We're going to bet it right now. And that's how we just get off of him. Top 20 plus 250. Boom. Let's go. Okay. I've got that clicked. We'll bet those there shortly. Okay. What we need to do is bet 105 as well. And then I'm going to get to some more questions. So we got some matchups over here. And we're just going to eyeball a couple. By the way, our bet that we made last week by accident, Max McGreevy over Eric Cole, landed up cashing for us by accident. That was good. So we like that. All right. So Robert McIntyre over Aaron Rye. Do we like Bobby Mack at this golf course? I don't know. Now, what I like the most about the players this week, let me get commentary note out of the way. Yeah. What I like the most about the players this week is the miscut equity. So I really like that we can go to Bet 105 and you can find better lines if you want the guy that's the favorite. Then you can just go ahead and take him at -1.5. So he has to beat the other guy by 2 strokes. But if the one guy misses the cut, the other guy makes the cut, that cashes. You don't have to worry about that. If they both make the cut, then you got to stress about beating him by 2. But you get like 30 points of value quite quickly there by just taking that option. So that's a fun way to go about it. But we're going to take a look. I don't know if I believe Adam Hadwin versus Max Homa seems very interesting to me. Let's take a look here. Adam Hadwin. Oh, yes. Wow. How is Max Homa 0.7 for me? Where the hell do I have Max Homa graded here? Because to me, I think that I might just override this. I've just been trying to fade Max Homa. We tried to fade him last week, and Aldrich lost to him by 1 stroke. Max made birdie on the final freaking hole. So, not ideal. Let's find Max Homa here quickly. Got him 105. Where the hell is Adam Hadwin here? They both graded pretty poorly. Ooh, let's take a look at their recent form. Hadwin's played really nicely around here and has been playing a lot better than Max. Max is just missing cuts like crazy. Adam is also. Let's just do this because I'm just going to be method betting Max Homer. Let's go with the -1.5 and hope that it comes through for us. All right. So we're going to be betting -105. It's going to be 33, 32, 31, 59, nope, 79, now 80. All right. So we place that bet. Adam Hadwin over Max Homer, -105, -106, and we're going to have to beat him by 2 strokes. Max is playing terrible right now. Adam Hadwin has got some really solid course history at this golf course, too. You know, he's made the cut here the last 3 times, missed the cut here last year. Ugh, didn't see that one, but that's okay. You know, we're seeing a lot better form than Max the last little while. Let's see what can happen here. I think Adam Hadwin is the guy we want to go into. Let's take a look at some more bets. We got one more bet in our. I'm disgusted in my bankroll management on this app, by the way. By the way, 30 units, $30 is a unit for me, so that's why we're rocking with a unit of betcha. JJ Spahn, Adam Scott, just eyeballing some stuff. Joel Damon versus Austin Eckroat is very, very intriguing because Austin Eckroat is very sporadic. You know, like he might beat Joel Damon outright by 1,000,000 strokes, but at the same time, Joel's a bit more consistent, I believe, than Austin Eckroat. We take a look at Joel at this golf course. Solid. Obviously, we like his history. Austin Eckroat, he just misses cuts or finishes top 20. So does Joel Damon. But where do I have these guys graded? Austin Eckroat's actually going to be the better option. So the tool's not going to like that one. Okay, we're going to keep on scooting down the board here. Love Justin Rose, Billy Horschel, but my model doesn't like him as much. Brian Campbell, Bud Coley, Alex Smalley, Benny On, Andrew Novak, Cam Davis. No. Laurie Cantor. Jesus, look at this. Look at this. Look at the juice on that one. But you can get it -117 if Cam Young misses the cut. Tom Hoagie over Chan Kim. That seems interesting. Where the hell is Chan in here? Is it because we have too many people? God damn it. Why does this stuff all happen? Okay, let's go back to the Maniacs model. Find Chan Kim. Figure out what the hell is going on here. Okay. 84th in the model, Tom Hoagie. Clicking his name. 59th in safety. So we're seeing a solid increase there. And yeah, the made cut rates is quite high for Tom Hoagie. He's also been playing in a lot of signature events, so you don't have to make that many cuts in that department. Let's move along. Too close of a matchup for my liking. Do we want to go Michael Kim, Davis Thompson? And Davis Thompson has not been playing the greatest golf. I think our second bet we can go with here is Davis Thompson. Michael Kim over Davis Thompson. All right. Michael Kim. Yeah, that's the way we want to go here. If we go all the way to this side, Davis Thompson, Mr. Kutcher, the last, that's Michael Kim. Davis Thompson also just not playing the greatest the last little while. Played some nice stuff with the Genesis Invitational, but hasn't been doing anything. This is our bet. And we're going with the +114 side of things, yeah. So that's nice. We're just going to bet our $30. You know what? Let's just go all in here. All right. Just empty the bankroll. Place the bet. Off we go. Bank balance 0. Let's party. Okay. Bet 105. Link in the description below. Best matchup odds in the business, friends. Available in all 50 states. So, as you can see, some fun matchups going on there. I'm working with them to get some more cool stuff going on their website. We are in constant communication. Let's have a good time. All right. Back to some comments over here as we deep dive some people. I'm going to have a sip of water. We got Straka for the win. Doesn't matter at all. Cantor has been pretty solid over in Europe, or does it not matter much here? I mean, Tommy Fleetwood's been pretty solid in Europe. Comes over, doesn't do it, you know? Took 30 and 21 by Hatton, top 5 by Rory, so decent field. It's interesting because Tristan Lawrence was playing amazing golf in Europe and has not done anything good over in the US. So you can always fade these guys coming across the pond. It's weird. It's a different world, you know. It's a different venue. It's a different course. It's different grass. It's jet lag. It's a new country. I don't know. I can't say I'm excited about him. It makes a lot of sense to be involved, but you know, it's tricky because things change very quickly. It takes a while to get adjusted to this kind of environment, unless you went to college, all that stuff. So at the gala, Mike, I'm just going to tell you, Miles, no. Just no. Like, Gary is over here. I mean, he's 3%, finished 9th here last year. But, I mean, we got nothing going on. Got nothing going on for him the last little while. Not very, very good. The only time he finished inside the top 20 was at Torrey Pines, where he's kind of like played a lot of golf. So, we're captain saying Patrick can't get laid. Is a stay away. No need for him to miss. Yeah, miss the cut is a definite option for Patrick Cantley, but he's just lifeless right now. Just absolutely lifeless. Thoughts on Akshay? I kind of fancy Akshay. He just hasn't been doing it, though, has he? Can just do this. I've got him ranked 21st for safety, 34th for upside. The putting is solid. The short game is solid. The irons are just, he's like a long iron guy. And that's the concern around this golf course. You know, like nothing is inside the top 40 for him when it comes to the mid. Yes, the poor shot avoidance is the best metric at 30th from 150 to 200. But I don't know. I like him as like a DFS, like, you know, dart, but I can't quite get behind him. He's missed the cut here last year. 2 9s though, Genesis Invitational in Mexico. So he's starting to find his groove again. Missed the cut, the API. That's fine. I don't mind him at $7,000 flat, 5% in DFS. Not going to be betting him. So I like Akshay as an option. Yeah, there's a new tree on 6 that's going to have to hit like some stingers. And I think they've lengthened the course by like 100 yards. On a hole-by-hole basis, that's not that big of a deal. Mostly, they'll just hit like, instead of hitting like a 3 hybrid, they'll just hit like a 3 wood. Maybe that helps a little bit to keep the scoring down a smidge. But for the most part, maybe we see a couple more 150 to 200 shots than 100 to 150 buckets, you know? So that emphasis on those 2 buckets are still going to be important. I can't say the changes are that significant, though. The 1 tee shot. Most golfers hit the ball low anyway. And what is hole 6? Is it a long hole? Because if it's not, it's the one with the bunker down the left-hand side with the water, the moguls. I think you're almost laying up on that hole anyway. So if you're going to hit a stinger, you know, you're just drilling a 2 iron or a 3 iron underneath there. And these professionals are so good at their trajectory. You know, like they don't hit it like us where they just like pop it up in the air. They hit these like piercing. Professionals hit the golf ball a lot lower than you think. When the course gets firm, they can hit it high if they want, but man, you know, they're very good at handling them stuff. No, in your model, do you have any of the T1 to 9th hole? What? Explain that better. Michael Kim, better DFS pivot, more or you? More you? More Taylor Moore or Kevin Yu? Wow, those are 2 very, very volatile names. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So Taylor Moore's made the cut here the last 2 years, and he's got a better finish than Kevin Yu right now. He's slightly cheaper, slightly more owned, and has much better results the last little while. Although Kevin Yu's starting to find his groove a little bit, you know. So I don't mind either, but I would probably lean into Taylor Moore. He's been playing a lot more golf this year. Not necessarily. They played pretty much the same amount of golf, but his most recent starts have been a little bit better. Do we have some long-term profile upgrades on either of them from a ball strike? Wow, Kevin, you. Holy cow. I mean, if you're playing, I like them both. I love this ball striking for Kevin Yu. I really do. Like we're looking good stuff on off the tee, on shorter courses. Taylor Moore's ball striking is putrid. He's just a very, very good putter. Like we got some really good short game stuff going on right now for him. Why do I want to say Kevin Yu? I just really like those mid irons for him a lot. But I like them both. They're both playing quite nicely. Yeah, Scotty Scheffler just described a Pete Dye golf course. Pete Dye, what a wizard, a genius. No, I don't. Rye. Okay, Rye's going to be a very popular play, I think, because he's playing some solid golf again, and he makes a lot of sense at this golf course. Solid in the course history side of things, some good drives, doesn't have that distance, but he's 24th in strokes gained off the tee on shorter golf courses. He's 35th with the wedges on strokes gained. He's 25th with 150 to 200. Very good with golf shots out the rough from 150 and out. Aaron Rai. Yeah, he's just super solid. He's just solid option right now. $7,100, 15% ownership. That's incredible. So I don't know about that. You could easily miss the cut here. That's a lot of ownership. At $7,100. I mean, that's chalk. Like, you're not seeing, you got to go all the way to Sepp Straka to find a more owned option. So maybe bet him top 20. I think, do we go Aaron Wright top? He doesn't check a single box, by the way. Although he's playing some solid golf again more recently and has some decent course history. But do we like Aaron Rai? The last couple of years, he's very profitable in most markets. His best market is the top 20 market. So maybe just bet him. But I don't know. It's been like, it hasn't been a lot of top 20s, like he's just showing up lately. So I don't know about Aaron Rai. I'd probably leave him alone. Like he's a good option, but I'd probably play Bezzy. Is Bez going to be 3% owned? I mean, the same person. Basically the same person. So yeah, give me Bez, give me Akshay, give me Cam Davis instead of Rai. So Cam Davis has got much more upside than Rai, it seems. I don't know. Speaking of Rai, here's people. Okay. Declan. Hello, Declan. Haven't seen your name in the chat for a while. What's your favorite outright at 30 to 1 or lower? Have Aberg and one another guy at the top. Good question. 30 to 1 or lower. I would say a Hideki. That 33. And if you're looking for a 28, you can get a Hideki 28. Can that answer your question? But if that doesn't, Jesus, bud, just go with the Hideki, please. Just take a Hideki. If you don't have FanDuel, that'll check your box for you. Spazbot joining late. We already bet Keegan outright. Big fan. Big fan of Keegan. Declan saying, Hideki accuracy off the tee recently scare you or not? Go back into the stream. We looked at Hideki's strokes gained off the tee at this golf course, and I think for the last 3 years, he hasn't lost off the tee in a single round. So it's in the show. When we're speaking about Hideki, you'll see his stuff on the screen. Just like scroll that thing around. I don't have the freaking pop-ups this week, but we love Hideki. Just I don't care, like about the off the tee stuff. He's a horse course, and I know the course history is not very prominent here, but he plays great golf around this golf course. So I'm okay with that. We're going to figure it out. Nikolai Højgaard. Hunter's asking for Nikolai. All right. Any of you guys watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Nikolaj. Okay. We got Nikolai. Starting to find his groove. I mean, these are some of his better finishes he's had in a long time. Has not played the greatest golf last year. $5,700. Missed the cut here in 2024. Now, Nikolai's a great wedge player, by the way, and a very good long iron player. Okay, the wedges seem to have changed a little bit. He's good shots. He hits a lot of good shots with the wedges. So if you're looking for like high upside stuff, 7th in the field in that. Mid irons, he's 12th in the field. Absolutely. This is checking a lot of boxes. And I love the strokes gained with the 200 plus because that means you've got those stingers off the tee. It's a layup kind of golf course. Good long iron play is going to matter around you. Despite it only being 2 out of every 10 approach shots, you might be hitting some more irons, long ones off the tee, particularly with his 25th in the field distance. I feel like that has to be even more, but we got some big boys in this field, so it's the best in the world. Great approach metrics overall for him. Like that a lot. The around the green play is a bit of a concern, but the iron play is very, very good. So the fact that he's hitting the irons great right now is exciting because it means less emphasis on his around the shitty green play. So good to see there. Great comp course history as well when he played on the PGA Tour here last year too. Nice to see. Hasn't had a top 5 in a long time for the last 12 months at all. Interesting stuff. I like Nikolaj. Let's go. I'm in. $5,700, 5%. I'm cool with that. Darbo's saying lineups all over the place. Average salary. Yeah, I know. I love it when they change up the pricing. It makes it so much more fun. Jerome asking, I know it's gross, but Rye's uptick in putting. I think he's getting ready. Okay, Jerome. Did you see how in Mexico, the Mexico Open, Rye just was like full Colin Morikawa mode in Mexico. Just didn't have it. And speaking of like Colin Morikawa, he's got the same situation as Aaron Rye. I'll just show you this stuff quickly. We go to the strokes gained. We just go strokes gained round 1, A to Z. Boom, boom, boom. Here is Colin Morikawa. There's Aaron Rye. Number 3 and number 14 in round 1 strokes gained. Both of them. Look at Colin Morikawa's round 4 strokes gained. 108th in this field. No wonder he can't close out tournaments. Or no wonder it's 108th in the field because he can't close out tournaments. Whatever you want to talk about, that's the reason. Aaron Rye, same situation. 56th in round 4 strokes gained. Like, where is that intensity? He's like 23rd or better in every other round. Can't get it done in round 4. He had that inspired summer or whatever in like the shitty field events here in the Midwest, the good people's majors and stuff. Couldn't get it done. So, Jerome, at 15%, sure, he's a cut maker. Bet him top 20, call it a day. Play someone else. There's a whole lot of other guys you can bet in that market in his price range, for sure. Absolutely a pivot for me. I haven't spoken about Justin Thomas, who's also, he's got an Oreo problem. We're going to start calling Oreo. JT is going to be Oreo for us because Justin Thomas, strokes gained round 1, 8th in the field. Strokes gained round 4, 12th in the field. Round 2 and 3, 108th and 96th. And this is the last 14 months. The last 14 months, Justin Thomas, there's 144 people playing this week. It's 108th and 96th for Friday and Saturday golf. So he gets off to a hot start, forgets what the hell he's up to, and then shows back up on Sunday. So Justin Thomas, the reason we haven't bet a lot of outrights is in case JT finds himself down the board, like 5 shots back for Justin Thomas on a Sunday, I'm in. I will bet that outright. Because he does this stuff, the PGA Championship, the Players, when he won here, that's what he gets up to. He's a great profile, but he has these lulls in the middle of the rounds. And Justin Thomas's strokes gained at this golf course should be pretty high because he's won one, but overall, he's not the greatest. 16th in strokes gained course history, but in the last 5 years, he's only got that win. The next best finish is 33rd. So I'm out. 17% owned. Give me Ludwig instead. Give me, Jesus, Patrick Cantley. Give me Hideki instead. I'll take Hideki. Even Sungjae might be starting to play better golf again after that little finish at the API. Jesus, he's been playing some poor golf in the last little while. Right around when we start betting him top 20 again. So anyway, we haven't spoken about JT, but that's my answer for you. Xander or Ludwig, Sungjae, what the heck is this? Wow. I mean, buddy, there's going to be so many different. I mean, a miscut parlay is going to have to be gut feel for you. We're going to see some random people miss the cut, and there's going to be some chalk that misses the cut. So don't fall in love with chalk plays this week. Is this the Justin Fields support group? Oh, Jesus. Yes. It is now the Justin Fields support group. What a great message there. All right. Any thoughts on Kirk or Denny? I don't know. I'd prefer Kirk Cousins over Justin Fields, but we didn't get him. Obviously, he used us as leverage to go to Minnesota. Just kidding. Chris Kirk. I prefer Denny McCarthy, actually. Looking at what we're doing here, let's pull them up together. See what's going on. Kirk and Denny. All righty. So recent form, Denny's, just give me Denny. I mean, we got 4 top 20s this year. Denny's iron play is on fuego at the moment. It's a lot of the long irons is very nice at the moment too. His poor shot avoidance weighted wise is very, very good. It's interesting that he's got so many good shots and poor shots, but yet his strokes gained is not the best. Kirk is very good on these shorter positional courses off the tee, but on approach, Denny's finding himself playing much better on approach, and the strokes gained. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. What? So it's not even a comparison. It's just either. I love Denny. That's why he's obviously $2,200, $2,100 more expensive than Kirk. Kirk is just doesn't got it right now. The putter, wow, dead last in the field. That's not good. So, not good for Kirk at all. You are most welcome, Hunter. I believe we did a deep dive for you there. If I'm looking at data golf correctly, I've gained most strokes. Yes, like Victor Hovland. Okay, let's chat about him because he's absolutely a consideration for DFS. I know he's gross option, but he's all the way down here. He's checked 2 boxes. He's orange. So taking a look at his proximities, his strokes gained the last 12 months, he's a great wedge player. Victor Hovland, over the last 12 months, is 8th in the field in strokes gained from 100 to 150. He's 72nd from 150 to 200, not ideal there, and then 8th from 200 plus. So what the hell is going on with the 8 irons through the 6, 7, 5 irons? I mean, I guess he hits a 6 iron, probably 200. So let's say 8 to off 9 to 6. What is he doing? What is he doing there? We don't know. The proximity numbers are amazing. It must have just hit some just doesn't hit any good shots with the mid irons there, it seems. He avoids a lot of bad shots, which is not the worst thing at this golf course. That's good to see. What else is going on in Victor's land? Oh, man, the putting has been from 5 to 15. The last 36 is like 133rd in the field. But that can easily change. He's played well here. Maybe that kind of like revitalizes his putting a bit. But we're not seeing any great results in the last little while. But that's mainly got to do with the irons. I mean, look at the iron play. He's 16th in this field in iron play the last 12 months, 8, 4, and 2025 months, you know? So there's a lot to go off of over there. Scuba Steve, we had a request for you. Thoughts on Kevin Yu? We've spoken about him. I'm going to make you go find him back in the back. But someone asked me to look up Scuba Steve. He showed up. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate this comment even more. You know, I get it. There's no need to state the obvious around here. Just kidding. We're on the bicycle. You're losing some pounds. Do you have any knowledge if debuting players struggle on this course more than or less than? That's a good question. I can look into that. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. Maddie C saying this hat's fire. Well, it's a nice looking hat. Too bad it's got Jets print on it. Mr. Waken says Harv changes his shoes to putt better and lost more strokes putting his entire career. But yeah, he's been fine here. So I guess, like a putting, you can easily, if you putt bad enough and read the putts wrong, you can putt them in. Like the thing about putting, it's the craziest thing because you can literally tell anybody to walk onto a putting green and hit a putt from 20 feet away, and anyone is capable of doing that. Anyone. Like you can literally have one hand and putt it in from 20 feet. So the variability on putting is insane. Good putters putt well all the time. Bad putters putt badly most of the time and can putt well sometimes. Because of this, if you tell anyone to hit a 200-yard shot over water, there's like maybe 1% of the people in this population that can do that. Anyone can putt a ball in, luckily, from 20 feet away. So this is what I'm trying to say about the putting is if someone's putting badly and the rest of their game's good, it's called team no putt for a reason. You're looking for that variability to just catch him on a good day with the greens, and the ball striking is always going to be consistent because putting is binary. And by binary, I mean it's either in the hole or it's not. So this is why Colin struggles on Sundays, is if you're off by 5 degrees with a driver, you're not in the middle of the fairway, you're just on the left side of the fairway. If you're off by 5 degrees with an iron, you're not at the flag, you're just left of the flag. If you're off by 5 degrees with a chip, you know what I'm saying? If you're off by 10 degrees with a putt, that's going to be a lip out. Not in the hole. It's a full stroke you've lost on a 10-foot putt, 6-foot putt. And I'm using 5 degrees as a random, 10 degrees, whatever. I don't know what the number is, but you get my point. Like it's either in or it's not. So that's why on the nervy Sundays, Colin's putting is bad. And that's why we see him struggle on those Sundays. Because he's always in contention because the first 3 rounds are very, very good. So, yeah. Aaron Rodgers got a chance to be on the Vikings. I know what comes with him. But, buddy, sign me up for the drama. You will get that 100%. Trust me. You'll get your coach fired after 4 weeks. You'll go from having a top 5 defense in the league to the worst after your coach leaves. We'll see. All right. Big Tony worth a look. Let's take a peek, my friend. All righty. Where's the big tone? 2 boxes checked. Those likely the irons. The strokes gained with the irons are going to be incredible. He's always struggled at this golf course for some reason. Best finish in the last couple of years is a 19th place for Tony Finau. Played nicely at the Genesis Invitational, nicely at Pebble. How does he finish 36th at API? That's my question. Like a complete meltdown. So tough scenes in that department. But Tony Finau at 4%, Jesus, is that really what's going to, is he going to be a 4% option? Is that even, that doesn't seem correct, but maybe it is. I mean, that can't be right. These are preliminary numbers from one source in particular. We're still waiting on metrics to come through. So, but it would probably be single-digit ownership. We got a lot of options here. You can't pick everybody. Got a lot of 9K good players. So a lot of the metrics, a lot of the ownership going to Tommy and Midheki and some Russell and Daniel Berger. Daniel Berger at $9,600 is going to get all that ownership. Also seems a little perplexing to me, but it is what it is. Okay. Got one more for you if you don't mind. Spieth. I'm not even, okay, we can just deep dive him for the sake of you, but I'm going to just preface it with, you play Jordan Spieth when you're the 7% of the roller coaster having Jordan Spieth in their lineups is it's borderline. Like you're standing underneath the roller coaster height thing, and it's telling you, okay, you need to be 6 foot and you're like 5'11", but you're wearing your mom's like platforms. So you're going to get on there. So it's like, depends what contest you get into. It could be 11%, it could be 5%. I like the 5 side of things because then you got the Spieth magic all to yourself, essentially, with 5 other % of the population. But if you get double-digit ownership Spieth, and Spieth does the Spieth things, like we haven't got a top 10 from him despite showing some form. And he asks why he doesn't get into the API because that's Will Zalatoris' stuff. Let's go to Jordan's. Okay, Jordan's got it. Okay. I take back my top 10 slander on him. Got a 9th at the Cognizant and a 4th at the Waste Management. Neither were like ultra competitive top 10s, to be honest with you. And what does his iron play look like? A lot of good stuff out the rough, the 150 to 200. Oh, Jesus, we are way across here. Jordan over the last is driving it great. Don't know how big of a deal that's going to be this week. You obviously want good iron play, which he's not doing. Like the irons are not good for Jordan, and they are not good historically. I would say no. The magic with Jordan comes from the desert. Your ball doesn't sink in the desert sand. You can escape with a putter from underneath a bush. But when you get into the water, you got to drop your ball and hit 2 extra shots. So KOC is untouchable. Hey, man, Robert Sala, bigger alpha than KOC, and that seemed to be. But I guess you're right. You're right. Then he signed a 3-year contract. Yeah. So Tony Finau is going to be that range, in the ownership situation. So if you want to take a gamble on him, he was like 4% at the API and was paying off for like 3 of the 4 days before he went freaking weird over there. So John C., we've already spoken about Laurie Cantor. I'm not going to go over it again. Have a fun start from the beginning of the show, my friend. I hope you find it. And thank you for joining. I don't think I've seen your name before. So, as always, I appreciate every single one of you that have showed up today for the stream. I'm seeing an insane amount of views. It might be to do with the X account because I also stream it there too. If you don't mind, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you like what you're seeing on the screen with all the data, with all the tools, all that stuff, join the Patreon. Link in the description below. As well, Bet105, go check those matchups out. We're going with, who did we go with? We're fading Max Homer with Adam Hadwin, and we're going with Michael Kim over Davis Thompson. Both of them, we're taking 2 shots. So it's basically a miscut equity situation, and that's where we're going to be rocking and rolling. So I appreciate every single one of you. Gronk Catch Ball says, have the same urban sombrero. Peterman catalog is great. Yes. Lots of random words there I don't understand, but I appreciate that. All right, folks, we'll catch you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. We did not shit ourselves this week. We had a good time. We are having a great week at the Players. We're going to make some money. We're going to add some outrights live. We're dropping those in the Discord. Might leave a couple on X account. We'll see what happens. Might be adding some more placements as well once we get the weather figured out closer to the time. Namaste. Have a good day. We'll catch you guys next week.